Today's Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananti Koti Vaisyavinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem School Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Srivasari Gaura Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kuntarada Gira Govardhana Ki Jai, Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Tina Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Vijanamaya Ki Jai, Sri Jamasami Mahotsma Ki Jai, Gaura Premanande, glory to the Samdhavara, glory to the Samdhavara, all glory to the Samdhavara, all glory to the Lord's feet of Sri Sri Guru Gaura Jai Sri Prabhupada, Namam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pastar Gudri, Simata Bhaktivedanta Swami, Sri Guru Padaya, Never Jesus, Worship. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Maria Shaitanya Tikarikasya Shiva Swara Tene Banwari Rayarika Vimu Yanti Surya. Tejo Parimrinam Yatavinam Yotika Drishadu Nishadama Shenariyastukam Sacham Param Dhimahi. So, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
It's a very special day today. And it's said that these days are the mother of devotion. Like every day we can make spiritual advancement. But if we celebrate these days, we make even more advancement. And yeah, it's just like if you have a family, if your child has a birthday, your wife, your husband, then you go out of your way to get them a present, to buy them a present, or to make a cake, or to make something that the person likes. Special. Everyone has their special favorite dishes. Right? Someone might like sapari, other ones might like more sweets, makura, like that. So if you know what your beloved's favorite food is, then you will try to make that. Like that. So these days, sometimes some devotees they go, listen, this day I'm going to chant 64 rounds, or I'm going to do this or that, like that. But it's also, on this day there are special programs going on, like an Abhishek, sometimes Puspanjali, or like this. And it's also nice to attend all these, wherever the Lord is, wherever He is, that you are there as well, if you're not in the kitchen, or you also do something else in service of Him. It's like that. And Krishna consciousness, for me, or for Srila Prabhupada, I think everyone means to become conscious of Krishna. Right? And before we become Krishna conscious, we have to become first conscious also of ourselves, of everything, where our feet are, and where our mind is, like that. And in order to become Krishna conscious, you have to first of all be conscious. And conscious means attentive for details, like that. You can like I was talking yesterday in class, you can go any service in Krishna consciousness, you can go on emotions, but to absorb your mind so that you really absorb in your service, that you try to do as best as you can. And this absorption and this attention of your mind to details to make it as perfect as possible, with that you make lots more advancement. And by trying to please the Lord like that, He becomes pleased, just like if I go out of my way to find out, what you like or what you do or whatever, then you become pleased. In the same way, Krishna, he likes being worshipped as the Lord, though he likes to worship his devotees as well. But, he also says in other religions that he's an envious God. He doesn't want anyone else to be appreciated more than him, or think that someone else, you give him a higher esteem to a demigod or whatever. So that's why these quotes are there, although he's very humble. Like, I was just, when was that? I was hearing that from Srila Prabhupada, very early lectures. Then he was saying that Krishna, when he spoke about Gita to Arjuna, when he was acting as his charioteer, that meant also that after the fight of the day, he went to the stables with their horses and had to feed them and comb them and clean them and like that. So his job wasn't finished after driving Arjuna all day on the battlefield. He was just a stable boy. So he just had a simple service. And especially for Indians, Westerners, we don't have a problem so much, but for Indian, if you're from Indian origin, if you ask them to do something menial, they have difficulty. One time, a few years ago, one Mataji told me, yes, and I remember how you asked me to sweep the temple room, and I was so insulted. Me sweeping, because in India, the caste system, they look down everything what you do with your hands or like that. So, if you ask them to clean the floor there or wash the pots, then many might have a problem. Not everyone, but I say the tendency is there because they think, this is lower service. Pujari service is higher service. Yeah, that was suitable for me, but washing the pots, not so much like that. But in Westerners, we don't have these caste system, so we don't have a problem with that. Anyway, all right. So, reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam or from the Krishna book?
As you like.
Huh?
As you like.
How about, I was going through the introduction of the Krishna book, and I thought it was, there are many interesting points. After all, it's Appearance Day, and the Krishna book, it's a lovely book. Nice, yeah. One of the first books that were published that we were distributing. They also had this silver, they were quite big, two cantos, two. Yeah.
This is one of the original ones?
Yeah, it's written, Shri Radha Krishna Temple, Sohaga Avregan 23. You understand that?
It is from Hungary, I think.
Selhaga Avregan. Does it mean anything? Yeah. What's written there? It's very unclear.
Sri Radha Krishna Temple, Solhagogen, well, Sweden.
Sweden, stolen from Sweden. Or he left it behind here. So, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada, he wrote before he, when he came to America, he had a few Bhagavatams, And then this is the 10th canto, and he didn't translate this purpose after he finished the 7th, 8th, and 9th, but he did that before. Anyone of you knows why he did that?
He was afraid that he would not have enough time to translate the whole Bhagavatam. He wanted to make sure that we will get Krishna's pastimes.
Yeah. But also, why? Why especially? Can you elaborate on that? Krishna's pastimes?
To give people the knowledge about Krishna.
Yeah, more, as he's a pure devotee, and because his pastimes are very intimate, some of them. So, it's like if you read the Krishna book, there is purpose. You know, it's a story, but there is philosophy in between each line almost. So just to make sure that we understand, you know, that who's Krishna, who's Radha, who's Balaram, and that's very important for us to hear, so that we don't make, like even in his lifetime, we had the Gopi Bhava Club. Anyone heard of the Gopi Bhava Club? Yes. In Los Angeles, and they were just reading pastimes of Radha Krishna. And so that's why he made sure that he left that behind, so that we had correct understanding of the intimate pastimes of the Lord. And here it starts with also with a nice song. Before the introduction. Yeah. You know this song? Krishna, 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 Hare. So I sing and you sing them. Yeah? Okay, so now you.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Krishna, 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 Lakshmana.
Krishna, 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 Lakshmana.
Krishna, 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 Parividha.
Krishna, 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 Parividha.
Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rakshana.
Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rakshana.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Parividha.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Parividha.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
So this was sung by Lord Chaitanya while he was traveling. It's from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 796. The Rakshamam and Pahimam, you know what it means? Who knows what Rakshamam means and Pahimam? A young devotee? Very young devotee. Now you know.
Something about protecting?
Yeah. Protect me, yeah, and one, other one?
Maintain.
Maintain me, yeah. Yeah. You have also in the society they have Raksha Banga, huh? When they have is that the same, the Raksha, or is this Raksha? Or, yeah? You know? There it is. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada, when he, in the introduction, he pays his obeisances to not only his Guru Maharaj, but the whole Sampradaya, Lord Chaitanya, all his associates. And yeah, in order to write, just like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, it's if you want to write about the Supreme Lord, who are you? A devotee thinks, who am I to write about the Lord, And you're afraid to make mistakes, isn't it? So Srila Prabhupada, when he translated his books, he has commentaries of different acharyas to, just to check this, and this, and this. And like that, Srila Prabhupada, you know, he hardly slept. You know, he was translating, and in the night. You know, there's a story that one time, let me see, which was that Sutikiti. Then he woke him up around like 2 o'clock or something. He rang the bell, and yes, and he says, why are you sleeping? And he was just joking with her, but more also instructing him from it's such a waste of time to sleep. And it is. I love sleeping myself, but I also like to be awake, And it's nice to wake up by yourself without an alarm clock. You know, it's very aggressive, and you might jump out of your body. So I don't have an alarm clock, and I don't have a watch even. I do have a laptop. So if I wake up, I have to see what time it is on my laptop. But anyway, so I have the good fortune that I don't have to work in the daytime. You know, so generally you wake up. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta says so. Sometimes you wake up at 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and you're completely refreshed. And then you might look at your watch and say, oh, it's 2 o'clock, oh, 2:30. You know, and then the alarm clock goes off at 4, and you're completely tired. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta says, so if you wake up in the night, then just get up and then take rest later. Well, he didn't say that. I said it. So what I do, you know, because this morning I also woke up and then I went up my bed and looked on my laptop, and it was 2:45. So I was awake, I wasn't tired. So then I thought, shall I wait? Then my mind goes, shall I go to bed again? Then my intelligence goes, if I can help, no, you just chant the house and then you go to bed afterwards. You can go to bed afterwards, you know. But that's what I did. So when you wake up, there's a battle between the mind and the intelligence. And that goes on all day. The mind is always siding with your senses, isn't it? And your intelligence is siding, it's on the side of your soul. So like that. But the mind, you know, he gets all these wonderful, attractive arguments, you know. And because we are addicted to sense gratification, we don't really have the tendency to listen to the mind. But by growing older in Krishna consciousness, you know, you have to start realizing that, you know, this mind is not my best friend. You know, actually it's my worst enemy most of the time. So then you have to listen more to this voice which is there, but it's not really, it's just warning you or just telling you like an elder father or an elder brother or father. And then you try to listen more to this voice, which generally, if you know, if you listen to him, you will be happy afterward. So I'm trying, with that aspect in Krishna consciousness, I'm trying to do that. I'm a little successful. With other aspects, my mind takes over, always wins from my intelligence, but from getting up. So generally, I get up even before the light is there. I don't know if it's just a phase that I'm going through, but I hope not. I say I have the good fortune that I can take rest, you know, after breakfast or after the class or even after Murali if I want to. So like that, and not all of you have that. Anyway, so we continue. So Krishna, he appeared on this earth, and first let me offer my obeisance to my spiritual master. Om Gyanti Varamsya Gyanti Philakya Chakshu Srila Prabhupada, I'm now 65, and he was kind of good health, but he was 70, when he went to America. suffered a heart attack. We can talk about it more. But so he did everything to please his spiritual master. And I myself, I learned that all what I'm doing is not to please Prabhupada, it's still to please myself and to please the devotees along with it. And Prabhupada hopefully with it. But the journey is because I like doing it like that, so it's motivated. But even if you do motivated devotional service, you get purified and hopefully, because even if you do a service which you like doing, Krishna, because he wants you to purify yourself, he finds ways he puts obstacles in your way. So if you choose the easy way, then he gives you obstacles, and those obstacles are, like I might say, for instance, I might sing my songs, and the music falls, hampers, or my voice disappears, or I'm singing a very gentle song, and the lady falls, and the plastic chair, the leg breaks, and it goes boom, 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 boom. So, and that is with every service you do when you're cooking, just the spice which you need, it is not there, or it's too hot, or Sankirtan, it's too cold. These obstacles are there in each of our services, whatever you do in the garden or whatever. And these are there for us to make, to become surrendered and just to continue to persevere despite it. And by that you make spiritual advancement. So Krishna, he actually appeared on this earth planet. And when he appears, he brings his associates with him, and not even his associates, but his whole, up and down, his whole abode he brings with him. Like, I'm also an actor, so when I perform a play, I'm a director of the play, and so I choose persons to play the parts. They are my first cast. Yes? And if someone is sick, then you have like an understudy in Japanese. In our society, we never have that because it's already difficult to find the characters to play the part. And so imagine, I've never done that, but in professional theatre I've done that. So you play, so the best actors, the best singers get the main parts, and the lesser ones get the chorus parts, and they might take, they are the understudy in the material world, right? It's like that. And they are paid accordingly to if they play the lead part or whatever. The premiere, the opening night of the play, is always with a full cast, only if some accident happens. And then so they're the ones who have been rehearsing the play, and they know the inside out, etc. And so when you do the play, when all the first cast is playing, then the play is really good. But sometimes, if you put on a play like 8 times a week, then we all need a free day, etc. Then the understudy plays it. And then sometimes 2 understudies are in the play. And sometimes the play, or often the case, is that if the understudy plays, the play is not that good. But sometimes it's very erratic that when the understudy plays, that he's better than the original. Like that. The one who had a big name was given the part, but he was just famous because of television, maybe, etc. But the one who was his understudy is much better. So when Krishna comes on this earth, he brings a few of his associates to play the main parts, and they are always the same characters. Actually, I just read something, but I don't know where it's from, that I thought on the internet, I don't know if it was Pamo, that Srila Prabhupada said at one time, that Arjuna and Kunti, that they're always in the material world. They don't go to the spiritual world. They especially created or whatever they're there to serve him in the material world. Like that, it's very interesting. So anyway, so Krishna, he has his associates, and Radharani, his expansions, etc. Madhumangal. They are the main cast. And then there are other ones, which are, all the coward boys, all the coward girls, the important ones, they are the first cast. He brought them along. All the ones, the thousands, etc., they are given a chance to participate for the first time in Krishna's pastimes, and hopefully they become so attracted that they become pure devotees. It's just like it was said in the Ramayana, when the sages they were like enamored by Ram's form, and then they were promised to take birth as gopis in Krishna Lila, right? Do you remember that? So, do you know this scene when Krishna enters Mathura? So, what happens? Who does he meet when he enters Mathura? What happens? Yeah?
He's the washerman.
He meets a washerman, and what else does he meet?
Kupja.
Kupja, and what else? Who else? And what else? An elephant? Yeah, a difficult name. And anyone else? Anyone else? Washerman?
He meets the soldiers.
Huh?
The soldiers breaking the bow.
Yes.
There's a lot of the ladies in Mathura who comes to the balcony.
Yes, still
Watches.
playing minor parts, but they're the chorus. Yeah?
A florist who gives
A florist. And in between the washerman and the florist and the guy, who else was there? So after the washerman, he gets these garments, right? So what happens then?
It's a tailor.
A tailor comes along. So that's the story. And generally it happens like that. Something like that. Kuja is a kind of expansion of, I forgot what it was, who knows? I see. Okay. I'm not so philosophically inclined, I'm more story inclined. So like that. So he enters and he sees this washerman. And he says, let's dress up. It's a party time, let's dress up. Can we have some of these cloth, please? Then the watchman said, who do you think you are? These clothes are meant for the king. You know what happened with last time there was someone who took the garments of the king. You know what happened to him? And, he was beheaded. So we're off with you. And then what did Krishna do?
Off with him.
Yeah, with his little pinky, I think. Wasn't it with his pinky? So, like that, with all his senses, he can do everything, anything. He can eat with his nose, he can eat with his eyes, and he can kill someone with his little pinky. Just he lifted it over downhill, not with his right, but with his left, which is generally the weaker arm. And this is the weakest finger, isn't it? You don't go, if you push